Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another one of my 3 in 30 alphabet challenges. We're up to N now, so the time is flying through these alphabet ones. Again, I struggled a little bit to come up with something for N. So again, thank you so much for everyone's brilliant suggestions. I did consider numbers for a while. I did consider notes for a while. I couldn't really get a cohesive kind of 3 projects to do with those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for nature. So things inspired by nature. So be that, you know, fibres. I've got here some bird images, colours, things like that. So, I mean, hopefully that's going to, you know, be the starting point for our pieces, is just, you know, textures, images, etc. inspired by nature. So yes, if you're crafting along with me, gather your things, whatever, you know, takes your fancy in the way of nature. As I say, I mean, I've got some bird images here. I've got some of this gorgeous coloured hessian or burlap. I've got some green lace, again, you know, inspired by nature, kind of the colour. I've got a little burlap, what's this called? Twine little bow. And then I've got these little paper bags that I've printed out, and I've got some vintage wallpaper in sort of greens. I've got some vellum butterflies, yeah, and also I brought along this mulberry paper. Again, I've had this in my stash for ages. It was kind of part of a pack of different colours, so this was just a colour that I've struggled to use. I may use it, I may not, you know, just depends really. I've only really got 1 or 2 things really concrete in my head to do, so I'm going to use this thick craft card to punch some holes. So I've also brought along my little hole punch. Right, so yeah, let's get cracking. So I'm going to start the timer and hopefully keep it in view for you guys. So ready, steady, go. Okay. Right, so the first thing that I thought we would create, if I just pop these things on my lap so they're not just all over the desk. Oops, I've got 2 pairs of scissors out, don't need 2 pairs. Right, tidy up a little bit. I should have probably done that before coming on. So the first thing that I'm going to do was a suggestion kindly given to me by Crafty Things by Vicky. She very kindly referenced someone's video for me who was doing these cute little envelope tabs to put on pages and things. So this is going to be my take on those, just incorporating some nature-like images really. So basically all she did, she had a template for hers and she made really quite teeny weeny ones. But we're going to make this kind of envelope fold. Now I don't have a template, as you know. I don't really measure, and that does sometimes, you know, it is sometimes a problem, and I would be better off measuring, but we have to just do things as we, you know, as suits us, don't we? So I'm going to just stick with my usual thing of not really measuring. So just going to fold down my envelope top, and I will try and remember to link, the idea was from Junk Journal Ideas, link that below. Now again, I'm not great at remembering to do that because I kind of film these videos ahead. They take forever to upload, and you know, by the time that they have, I've obviously kind of been waiting for so long that I'm waiting for my iPad to kind of maybe do another video or something else. So I will try, but if I don't remember, please by all means mention in the comments and I will then, you know, link it retrospectively. So that's my little piece, and then just fold it over at the top like that. And I mean, I just love these little kind of fold out pieces of paper anyway. I think they're just really cute. I mean, obviously because I don't measure, mine are all haphazardly sized, but you know, personally I don't mind that, but obviously if you do mind that, then, you know, by all means use Junk Journal Ideas, use her method where she's got this, you know, template going, because you may find that better. And then what she's done is she's used these as little kind of tabs for the top of a page with like a cute little sort of piece on there. So I've got, from my little images here, they're really quite small images of birds. This is a 1-inch circle punched from that craft paper. Now, I am not saying that these are obviously going to fit on this. They clearly are not. But I'm wondering whether I could just tear like the head off of a bird or something like that and pop it on there. So again, I don't want to cheat. So I'm just going to take my craft card again and punch a fresh hole. So as I literally am kind of, you know, doing things on here rather than coming with things that I've prepped earlier. And if we had that there, and I'm just wondering whether we could have like, you know, that bird or something popped on there. And then I wondered whether we could have maybe another bird like somewhere on the envelope. Problem is, this is one of those books, again, you know, where like the images are so nice that I'm torn between which page, you know, which image to use. I hate that. I mean, it's a bit like when you have those double-sided scrapbook papers, and then I'm always then stumped as to which side I'm actually going to use. Right, I'm going to go for this one, I think, because I'm not so keen on the image behind him. So I should just cut this out. So this is just from my vintage encyclopedias, which, you know, you've probably all heard me talk about loads of times. But these are obviously the coloured pages that I've talked about before. So yes, thank you so much, Vicky. I really appreciate the pointer for that little project. And it's so weird because I then went on to the, you know, the link. And yeah, there was this channel, Junk Journal Ideas, which I'd never heard of or stumbled across before. She's got tons of subscribers, and I mean, I didn't, you know, I've not had time yet to look through her videos, but I'm sure she must have, you know, loads of awesome videos on her channel. And I just sometimes wonder how you miss these things, you know, kind of, I don't know how YouTube kind of decides what it's going to show you and what it's not. But sometimes I just find it really odd that there's in these channels that, you know, you've never stumbled across before. How have they been hidden all of this time? I have no idea. Oh, I'm not sure that that bird's quite right, unless I have it, of course, on the back. Perhaps I'll have to do that. Yeah, I'll do that because I haven't got, obviously, all the time in the world to be sat here dilly-dallying around. So I'm just going to glue this bird's head on to my circular piece. There we go. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're getting some crafting done. I hope that some people are kind of joining in with the 10, the 10 minute, the 3 in 30 alphabet challenge. I don't know what that 10 was about, but yeah, I think that's really fun when people are joining in. I mean, I understand, and I know I've said this every single time, that the clock's not for everybody. And, you know, of course, that's just an added fun element. Don't feel pressured that you have to have the clock. You don't. You know, it was just something that I thought was kind of fun to make it a bit different to watch. I'm having problems with my glue. We're only at the start of the video, so that's pretty irritating. Right, so now I take my little circle and just cut around there. Whoops. And then I can just ink that up. Like that. And then I'll just ink around my little sort of flippy, envelopey type thing. Oh, that bird looks so cute now, doesn't it? And then this is going to go obviously on here. So I'll just pop a bit of glue on there on the flap. Oh, come on. There's quite a lot of glue left in this. I have got a new one in the cupboard, so if this continues to play up, I might have to get the new one out, but I'm trying to persevere with this because I really hate it when you have to open a new one when, you know, the other one's still going. I mean, obviously I would still use it in sort of slow time, not when doing a video, but I'd rather use one at a time, really. So that's that. Now, as I say, I've brought along some green lace, which I just thought might be cute on the envelope or the flippy piece. I mean, maybe it's a little bit gigantic, I don't know. Oh, it's quite cute there. Maybe it could go off at the side. Quite like it down the side, weirdly enough. So just for something a little bit different. So I'm just going to, come on, glue. Now I'm going to have problems with this one as well. It's just going to be one of those videos, isn't it? Okay. So pop my lace on. You know what I should have done really was, in fact, I'm going to cut this thickish kind of border bit, cut that off. Never so keen on that. There we go. Well, I say never so keen, that's not really true. Sometimes I don't mind it. It just really depends on the piece that I'm making, I think. So it's just, this is quite a delicate little piece, so having that great big border was a little bit, you know, kind of taking it over really. So that's really cute. I mean, I would quite like to have something else on here, but I'm not sure what I'm thinking would be quite right. Maybe that. Yeah, let's pop that on there. So these are just some flowers that I had cut out years ago from some scrapbook paper. They've just been obviously buried in amongst the rubbish around my desk. So just trim that down. Just because then that ties the green in really on that front bit, so I quite like that. Do we want another one here on the back? What do you guys think? Oh, that one's quite nice too. Let's just go for that. Like that. Oh, how cute! So just trim that off. That's very sweet, isn't it? I mean, I could have another one up here. Well, I might as well, to be honest, because then it just uses these flowers up completely. There's one more thing gone from my desk. I mean, that's just such a joke, isn't it? Because, to be honest, they're not even like an inch in size, as if they're going to make any difference. Right, I'm going to pop that to one side because we'd best crack on now with the next piece. And we'll obviously have a look at these at the end and kind of check out how they all are. So the next piece that I've got here, I've got some vintage wallpaper. I am in the process of putting together another one of those beginners kits, like my Flights of Fancy kits that I did. I'm hoping to do another physical beginners kind of junk journal kit. So as part of that, I'm going to include some of this vintage wallpaper. Right, I'm thinking, because I had kind of semi-planned this before this video, so I'm just going to glue this piece down. Yeah, I'm in the middle of putting together another one of those. It will be a little while before it's in my shop because obviously it takes quite a long time to gather all the bits. I am in the process of creating a little digital kit to go with it. And alongside that, obviously I'm gathering up fabric and pieces to all go with it. And I'm just wondering whether I could use that, but oh, that's horribly extravagant. I don't know whether I can bring myself to. Yeah, so I'm in the process of gathering up bits and pieces to use. And then what I will do is a bit like with the Flights of Fancy, I will actually film the making of the journal in its entirety. I've just got this collage page, which actually I could maybe... Oh, let's pop that in there. Excuse me. Yes, so with the Flights of Fancy, what I did was obviously I created the journal before releasing the kits. So I did the whole series before releasing the kits. So I will do that again with the new one, because it's a really good way to test that I've got the right quantity of things in the kits. You know, if I needed extra lace or extra papers or anything like that, it's a really good way of testing, and then, you know, being able to adjust things. Whereas once I've sold them, obviously it's too late then to change the kits around. So just really to hopefully ensure that people are getting, you know, the best the best combinations of things, really. And also, you know, for me, I like to have that series done so that once people have received their kits, I'm just going to glue this down here. Once people have received their kits, they're having the series loaded, you know, pretty quickly, and not having to wait around for, you know, me to film the series, because excuse me, I should have a drink of water in a minute. Because obviously, you know, you've purchased the kit, you don't want to then be waiting around endlessly waiting for the episodes to be going up. So if I've filmed it in advance, then I know it's all ready. You know, I don't want to feel pressured myself into, oh my gosh, I must be getting on with this. But equally, I don't want people who've purchased the kit, you know, once it arrives in the post, I don't want them kind of sat around thinking, oh, well, she's, you know, she's not finished the series yet. So it's, you know, it's a two-way thing. Right. So yes, so this is some vintage wallpaper that will be in the kit. I haven't ever used wallpaper before. I have used it occasionally kind of years ago in some cards and some scrapbook things. I don't think I've used it in junk journals. I might be wrong, but I don't think I have. So this is kind of a new thing for me, but I managed to pick this wallpaper up, and funnily enough, this is where the inspiration for the entire kit really came from, was just from this wallpaper, really. So hopefully the kit's going to look really good and really nice when it's finished. So I've just made a little kind of pocket there, and then I've got this this green hessian, which was gifted to me by Laura quite a long time ago, but I've been kind of hoarding it because I just really like it. Okay, I think I'm going to go for this little green bird. I'm just wondering whether I can fussy tear this rather than cut it, just because it might kind of look better on the hessian if there's a bit more to it than just a flimsy little bird. That's what I'm thinking. So if I have it like that. So I'm just going to ink this bird up. I mean, I'm really rubbish with knowing what birds are, so I couldn't tell you what bird this is. I mean, to me this looks a bit like a budgie, but clearly it's not. But yeah, probably lots of people out there do know what type of bird it is, and probably horrified that I have just compared it with a budgie, but it's just that the colours, obviously, they're quite budgie-ish to me. So we can have it like that. And actually I've also got this really pretty eyelash trim, which, wow, what a gorgeous colour. I do love green. So pop that back up on the shelf on the hook. And then I'm thinking, whoops, could have that kind of poking out. Oh gosh, look now. See, I'm still just not great with the old eyelash trim. I do find it very, very messy. I do like how that looks, I must admit. And then I have got that bow, which, just wondering, that's quite cute there, isn't it? I don't know whether that's going to bulk it out a bit much, but I might go for that. So I just take my 3-in-1 glue. Right, let's try and glue that onto there. I'm probably doing this completely back to front now. Oh, let's pop that there. Pop this on like that. Oh my gosh, come on. Yep, so I'm now brainstorming what to do for O. It's funny, isn't it? Because I had jotted down, obviously, notes before I ever started this series. And I thought, oh, I don't think it'll be that tough, actually, you know. But obviously, kind of whatever I put down initially, I don't know whether I've had second thoughts or what. But as it gets round to then that letter, I kind of then think, oh, I don't know now. So, trying to now think of letter O. I can't even remember what's on my notes. I mean, obviously, it's still written on my notes. I just mean I haven't got my notes here to be able to tell you guys. But, I mean, no doubt by the time that this goes out, well, hopefully I will have already filmed O, and I will have come up with whatever it was that I'm wanting to use, because I like to be a little bit ahead of the game. I don't want to be really behind, kind of, you know, still trying to think of what to actually do. There we go. Right, made a hideous job of cutting that, but never mind. I'm just going to pop that down there. Also, I mean, it's not just getting rid of that seam, but also, you know, that was quite thick, that lace. So, I mean, obviously it would have swamped this particular piece, where now it's sized better for the piece. Now, I've got some words here, so I'm just going to take a word. Let's do perfection, shall we? So these are on greaseproof paper. Oh gosh, I better get a bit of a move on, because I've just glanced at the clock and my gosh, it's suddenly now racing by. Just wondered whether I could use any of that mulberry paper, so let's just have a look. Oh, it might be too dark now. I thought, oh, I can actually use some of that on here, but I think it probably is too dark. Oh my gosh, the time's like literally racing by. Oh, well, let's just go for this, because then I can just complete this and get on to the next one. So the next one, oh my gosh, come on. I'm going to have that stuck up there, I think. Otherwise, I've got everything down, lower down. So let's just pop that there. Okay, right. I'm going to trim the lace. It doesn't have to be right off, but just a little bit. Okay, that's that one. Right, the next one, again, these are misprinted bags that I have again printed for the new kit that I'm working on. So they've got lots of smudgy bits. Unfortunately, all of the bags that I've done have got smudgy bits this time around. I don't know why. These are not glassine bags or anything. They're just paper bags. But they weren't wanting to cooperate really through the printer. So they've all got smudgy bits. But I don't mind the smudgy bits, to be honest. So I've got 2 of them here. And these are just obviously, you know, some spares that I've had left over. So I thought, great colours for this theme of nature inspired pieces. So just going to glue that up there. I mean, I don't really have to, I suppose, but might as well. Oops, I best glue that bag closed. Oops. Come on. Oh my gosh, that timer's like going faster than ever for some reason. I don't know why, but it's suddenly like it's really racing. Right, let's glue that there. Okay, so just going to ink that there because we've got a little bit of kind of white showing. And then, again, kind of take my naturey bits here. So I've got these butterflies that I've done onto, it's not vellum actually, it's tracing paper, but it's a very similar texture, isn't it, to vellum. Okay, so I'll just cut this one out. Oh, come on, come on. It's because I'm really rushing. Oh my gosh, look, I'm on 5:55. It's so weird. Sometimes these challenges, they're just, oh, I love that. I must say, that's really nice. So this is another element from the new kit that I'm working on for the physical kit. So by the time that this video goes up, I may have finished, I guess. I mean, I said it wouldn't be going out for a while, but I might have actually finished it by the time this goes out. It just depends, really, how quickly I can kind of do it, and then once I've completed the kit, how quickly I can crack on and do the series, really. So, I mean, the other ones obviously flew out and seemed really popular. I hope that these will as well, because sometimes, you know, things seem really popular first time around and you think, oh, brilliant, and you do it again, and then they're not that well received the next time. So I'm just, you know, I'm just hoping that they will be just as well received again. But I mean, obviously that's, you know, we won't know till it's kind of out there. So we've got that one. Should we have a little? No, I don't think I can really kind of pop that on there. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Well, I can have the butterfly because, you know, that's nature themed, isn't it? Now, I just wondered whether I could make some sort of little tag or something. So let me just come into frame. I'll just cut that down. I just make a little tag and I could just pop on the back. Got here some lined kind of book page, so I'll just cut that down. Ooh, rush, rush, rush. So if I glue that on, like that. So that's kind of the back, so that's the journaling part. And then I can just decorate the front up a little bit with something naturey. So like that, just link that up. That's cute, isn't it? And then the front, oh gosh, my cutting is not good today. Oh, it's still not good, it's just awful, in fact. Oh, right. Okay. And I'm thinking, can I pop that Hessian on there? I'd really like to have that on there because, you know, to me that feels very much connected with nature, that sort of texture. So, you know, I'd like to incorporate that really. You know, it feels like it's a product from nature, doesn't it? It's a very natural fibre. Okay, got that like that. Going to pop that bow just there. Determined to get it on there somewhere, so pop that down like that. Might have to hold that on with a bulldog clip. And then, oh my gosh, come on. Just having a look at the timer. So I've got a minute and a half to quickly choose something to pop on, like a little bird. Use one of the ones I've already cut into. Right, let's go for this one. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. So I might cut around this a little bit, sort of around it. I think that's called kiss cutting. You know, when you leave a white space. So, oh my gosh, 56 seconds. Am I going to get there or not? Oh, come on. Because I keep having to go over by a few minutes. There we go. Oh, that's a bit weird looking, isn't it? Oh well, never mind. We'll just have to go with him like that, to be honest, because I haven't really got time to change him around. I wonder if I could put something underneath him. Oh, come on. No, that's really weird. Let me just grab some book page. Hold on a second. Oh, quick. Oh. Let's just pop a bit of book page across. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Way! My timer's going off right now. Quickly pop that down. Stop that. Oops. And then pop my bird on. Okay. Right. Just trim that down. And then I'll just ink this up. Just really to capture the book page, if nothing else. And just obviously pick up that bird again. Could just have a little word on there, so I'm just going to pop a word on. Just put love. Okay. And these are just some, oh gosh, I made a hideous job of cutting that out now. Some book page words that I've just cut out and glued onto some paper. So these ones I've actually done on greaseproof paper, but I have got a video. I don't know whether it's been uploaded yet, but again, just on doing those. Okay, so that's going to go in there. And obviously you've also got your pocket from the bag as well, but I mean obviously I ran out of time to be able to do anything with that. So let me just move all my stuff now out of the way and then pull in a would-be journal page. Again, I don't have a journal on the go at the moment, but let me pull in something that looks similar. Hold on. Okay, so we've got our little paper bag pocket. So this is the two paper bags, and I've just kind of glued them together like that, and then you've also got your paper bag at the top. So really cute, isn't it? Then we had our vintage wallpaper pocket with our pocket here, and again we've obviously got the bird here on the Hessian with this eyelash trim and things and some lace, and then the word up there. So that's that little pocket. Again, I mean, I could actually ink that up a little bit more, to be honest, but oops, just go around that a bit more. Okay. And then the final piece, this is that one that was inspired by the junk journal ideas and mentioned to me by Crafty Things by Vicky. Now, she used hers kind of like as little page tabs like that. So it would go at the top of a page. You could just kind of have it like that, or let me find my paper clip, which, come on, okay. You could then just paper clip it onto the page like that. So really, really cute, isn't it? I love those, actually. I might have to make quite a few of those because I think they're really sweet. Yeah, so that's my 3 nature-inspired pieces today. So I hope that you liked the video. I hope it's given you some ideas or some inspiration. Again, I mean, obviously I'd love to see your pieces, you know, if you decide to join me in the challenge or anything. And yeah, thanks very much. I hope you're going to join me next time. So thanks very much then. Bye.